Hmm? Is it working? I think it's working. Let me check something. I think it's working right. You gonna make me argue about this. It's time to talk to Jake English. Alright, let's see. Tally hoedown. Okay. No, I don't think Jake would agree with you. I think that Jake, who lived on an island by himself for how long, would have had many a meal that was 100% just soup. So, try again. Both Jake and Jade would agree with me 100%. Both Dave and Dirk would agree with me because, like, anything would be a meal for either of them. So jot that down. He puts the meat into soup sometimes, though, is what I'm saying. It's like one of the best ways to have meat, like to make meat last a long time, is make some soup with it. So jot that down. You know Roxy has had to have soup only. Like, Roxy has made soup. Has John and Jane, have they ever eaten anything that was not a baked good is the question. That's the real question. And I'm on the fence about Rose. We're not going to talk about what I'm drinking today. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That was mom. That was the Roxy that becomes mom. Like, Roxy would have had to been able to cook something because, like, what, did the chess guys cook for her? No, based on her interactions with them, no. Did I even look at the other warning? Are you implying that, hold on. Are you implying that I'm not talking about Rose, I'm not talking about Rose's mom, Roxy. I'm talking about Roxy, who was literally one of only 2 human beings left on the earth. That Roxy would have had to have been able to cook something. Did I read this one? Oh, I didn't, because I would have definitely said something about that. What did she eat? What did Roxy, please tell me what Roxy, who lived when there were only 2 human beings on Earth, ate right now. Please tell me what she ate. Please tell me what she ate. If she did not cook, please explain to me what she ate. But how would she know it would come? Because 9 times out of 10, but not so, but not so, but 9 times out of 10, you get ecto slime. Like when she purified the book, she was trying to get slime or something. I can't remember what she was trying to do. She didn't think the book was really gonna come, which means 9 times out of 10 she got slime. Are you implying she only ate pumpkin? Because the only thing she could steal, like, the only thing she could I can think of words. I know words and their meanings. Consistently, the only thing she could consistently steal was pumpkin. So are you implying that? But are you implying that she ate raw pumpkin and that's it? But she would have needed to get the meal more than once. Let's see what today's warnings are. This whole video cannot, but not soup. This video cannot just be us arguing about soup. Okay. Interesting. Let's see what today's music is. Did I pass? I passed the music. Did I pass the music? I didn't pass the music. Here's the music. Alright, so it's... yeah, this is just his normal theme. I noticed you haven't mentioned anything about the pumpkins yet. Either you're typing a novel to me. Hello! Today, we are playing the Homestead game again, and also I am arguing with my friend about whether or not soup is a meal. And now at this moment specifically, we're arguing about whether this one character from Homestead would have ever cooked. And I'm saying she had to. She literally lived at the end of the world. There were only 2 human beings. But I thought she did. But I thought she didn't cook. Oh, but I thought she didn't cook. Which would, so you're saying she only ate raw pumpkin. This video is just gonna be a lot of, I got somewhere to go. I can't talk about soup. So what you're saying is Roxy ate warm pumpkin with no seasoning or anything. She just warmed the pumpkin up and then ate it, and that was every meal she had. Is that what you're saying? Because that's only a little bit better than only eating raw pumpkin. Leave her alone! We don't know that. Don't you remember what Dave said? Racially ambiguous. I'm sorry, like, things got real hectic real quick, Star Fox. Speaking of, one of the things that made everything get so hectic, my boyfriend and our friend entered a film festival and won. Like, they won Best Film and Best Director and Best Cinematographer. So that was one of the things that happened, and we did a lot of celebrating. And because of that, their film has a chance to be shown at the Cleveland International Film Festival. Hello, we are arguing. Charisse will leave me alone. Right? It was their first film that they were in charge of. It was the first time our friend Eli, it was the first time he ever directed. It was the first time our boyfriend ever did cinematography, and they both got best, like the best in those fields, which was really cool. So yeah, I got really busy, but I swear, okay, somebody, if I don't stream Monday, I'm gonna try and stream Friday, but it's still low-key busy. You weren't here when I said it, so I'll give you that. I said, let's not talk about what I'm drinking today. I mean, considering I'm 5'3", maybe I should get taller. But if I don't, so I'm gonna try and stream Friday. But if I don't stream Monday, everybody yell at me, please. But yes, it's time for Homestuck. Oh yeah, Doge, I was telling you. But okay. Oh, happy belated birthday. Well, I was okay. So what we're arguing about right now, one is soup. Is soup a meal? I say soup can be a meal. Like there exists both meal soup and side soup, and you can, if you eat meal soup, that's a meal all in and of itself. Sharice is saying no, but we started talking about which Homestuck characters would agree with me, and now we're arguing over whether or not Roxy can cook. I say that Roxy, who lived at the end, at the end of human civilization, where there's only 2 humans in existence, had to have been able to cook something because she was the only one who could provide herself food. That's my stance. And I've been streaming for 10 minutes and I have not touched the story yet because we're arguing about this. Hi, that's my grandma. Leave Roxy alone. Y'all gotta stop coming for her. Okay. That's right. Adventure. You know what we're here for? The Jake English route? Oh, that's loud in my ears. The first two out of three. 2 out of 3. Everybody is saying, Granny, everybody keeps saying that I'm not, they're saying that I'm lying about my height, and I'm not 5'3", I'm 5'3". I'm gonna ignore wait, that Dirt can't comment. Okay. Homestuck. The Jake route. What we're here for? Okay. All you wanted to do was make a new friend, and now you're running like hell from a giant white creature with 2 heads, each supporting a single garish eye. Kind of like a Cyclops, except with 2 of the one-eyed faces. So you guess it's a duo Cyclops? Please. Please. Alright, bets now. Alt Dirk? Is Ultimate Dirk gonna show up? I'm saying yes. Whatever it is, it's angry as hell and chasing you through a tangled jungle. You leap over I can read. You leap over a stand of ferns and duck under one of those big woody vines jungles always have. After befriending Jake, you ask, why are their names like that? That says Jane. Hey, I have some questions for the Harling Crocker birds. First of all, why they all got different last names? Why can't it be as simple as saying the Strylons? Second of all, why all their first names like that? Why are all their first names like that? Anyway, after befriending Jane, you asked her for the names of some of her friends. Not too many details. You made that mistake with Solux. Just a little tantalizing friendship amuse-bouche to get you started. Specifically, you were interested in the friend that needed her help daily. Now that sounded like some fertile ground for a relationship. You kind of regret bringing it up though, because Jane got very flustered telling you about Jake. It's clear that her friendship with this guy is a topic of some emotional turmoil. As someone who was in the middle of rereading Act 6, that's an understatement. Well, who better to help sort it out than you, everyone's friend? But instead of friendship, you've been greeted by a number of ferocious white monsters. Your garbled brain offers up that you probably pissed off this kid's Lucis. Except this is Earth? Between different planets, different universes, and the mess of timelines in your memory, you're having a hard time figuring out... You've known it. It's the same Homestuck reread that I kind of stopped when the epilogues came out. I picked it back up. I'm after game over. I'm almost done. Relatively, I'm almost done. There's still a lot more. Oh, that's so interesting that we share the same height, apparently, and it has absolutely nothing to do with me. You trip over a big tree root and land smack on your face in the dirt. You choke on decaying plant matter, clawing at your throat, and roll over onto your back just in time to see the dual Cyclops about to bring down one huge foot right on your vulnerable body. Oh, we starting to feel a lot like Friend Sim. Are you allowed to start over if you haven't even made a branching choice yet? You cover your eyes. Nothing happens. After a moment of Olympic-level breath-catching, you venture a peek. The dual Cyclops is in pieces on the ground. 2 pieces. Things are about to get bad for me, I think. That's exactly why things are about to get bad for me. Oh no. You hope the thematic resonance offered it some comfort during such a brutal end. No, don't you make that face at me. They didn't make a sprite for Dirkbot, did they? Well, no, Brobot. That's what it's called. Hey, something else that I didn't remember until my reread. Do you know that Brobot exists in, like, his default mode is called stalking mode? You scramble to your feet. Your future new friend, Jake, must have intervened to save you. You look around for him, but there's another swoosh noise and a glint of metal, and something inhuman appears in front of the Duoclops' body. They didn't make a sprite. They didn't. Y'all shush! Stop typing! Stop typing! You better not! It's a robot. Kind of a cartoony one. I had 2 more routes. This wasn't supposed to happen yet. Okay. Did y'all get it? Are you done? Are we finished? Did you get it all out of your system? It's a robot, kind of a cartoony one, with shiny metal joints and big red anime sunglasses. It even has a perfectly gelled metal hairstyle. Honestly, it looks pretty goofy, but it's also holding a katana and staring right at you. You think you saw something similar broken all over the floor of Equius's room. It must be a battle robot, and you don't have the strength of your punchiest friend. I guess it's time to fight robot. Can I? Game froze. Game froze for a quick minute. Challenge the robot. With a yell, you charge forward, waving your arms intimidatingly. Yeah, it's a robot. It's not scared. The robot implaceably... I can read. Implaceably waits for your approach, then strikes out in one swift motion, too fast to see. You crumple to the ground, your world exploding in pain. You huddle into a ball, waiting for the robot to finish you off. But it's not interested. It zooms away, leaving you to your agonies. Is this the right route again? In the burst of lucidity Why? In the burst of lucidity available to you, you discern that it has kicked you in the chest, breaking several of your ribs! Just like Friendsim. No problem. That's totally a survivable injury. You'll be fine, and ready to get your friendship Katamari rolling again in no time. Hey, speaking of that, I should play that game again, huh? You're just gonna lie here for a bit first, just to gather your strength. Just gonna lie here, too injured to run, surrounded by ferocious beasts, and leaking delicious aromatic blood, just for a minute or two. Oh, nope. Good. I was gonna be real mad if that actually was somehow the right ending, like the right choice. Alright, do not. You default to your old standby, cowering. You shrink back, hands raised in the universal symbol for whoa now. Shit, no horse pun intended. For some reason, the thought of Equius and the presence of this robot are making your brain go right to horses. Suddenly, a shot rings out behind you. It sounds so stupid that you almost don't believe it, but it's true. Who is shooting a gun at a robot? The robot makes a little vrr startup noise and raises its katana into a ready stance. A blur of green and khaki charges out of the jungle and tackles the robot full in the stomach. No, you won't. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. It doesn't fall to the ground. Instead, it puts the kid, a human. Exactly. You can now see. So probably this Jake guy into a headlock. He struggles, lashing at it with his elbows and kicking at it at its ankles. The robot proceeds to beat the kid up. There is no reason to describe it in detail. You insert Prince of Heart Rise Up right here, probably. It's unpleasant to watch and makes you feel really bad. You didn't even know there could be a polar opposite of Equius, but this kid is it. Oh, the robot is super effective against him. You have to stop it, but there's too much action for you to get close. Even if you could reach Jake, there's no way you could zap him out of here without bringing the BattleBot with you. Except, things have been weird lately. The accepted rules of your power no longer seem so inviolable. Maybe you can just do it? You close your eyes and think really hard about bringing Jake with you. Ah! When you open your eyes, a young man stands in his bedroom. Wait, is it Jake's birthday? No, what? You shake your head in consternation. Anyway, you manage to bring Jake, and only Jake, into the house. Oh, this one. He stands there clutching his side and panting, recovering from the robo beatdown. I may need to turn this down in my ears a little bit more or I'm gonna get distracted. The guy's bedroom is so covered in movie posters, it's hard to even see the shape of the walls. The floor is littered with weaponry. A lot of the kids you've met live like this, basically lounging around in piles of detritus. Are we all caught up in Homestuck too? Okay, understood. Hold on. Hold on, Brad. Okay, Sharice. Basically lounging around in piles of detritus pertaining to their character-defining interests. There it is, the message. Anyway, it's clear to anyone who sees this room that he absolutely fucking loves movies and guns. You don't need to waste any time on exposition there. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! Oh no, I actually have to read Jake English's dialogue out loud. I didn't think about this. How did I not think about this until this very moment? Oh god, no! Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Alright. Oh, okay. Shut up! This is probably the worst thing he's ever said, too. No! No! Okay. How am I supposed to read this with a straight face? Okay. Alright, I could. Oh, wait, hold on. I literally can't. Every time I go to read it, I die. Hold on, wait. Alright. Jeezum, Creasum, you alright over there, my chromatically challenged chappy? You're fine. Jake is the one who seems hurt. That robot really did a number on him. I'll say, confounded thing practically never doesn't do a number on me. It does so many numbers, it's one short of a standing ovation down on Broadway Ave. I'm just glad I could be there to help. You know, life is always just a smidgen easier with a bro's helping hand firmly placed on your behind. With a friend behind you is what I mean to say. Oh, sure. Jake doesn't really seem fazed by any of this. Not the alien monsters on his island, not your presence, and not his ungainly defeat at the hands of the anime robot. Not even by you teleporting him around. Well, sure, my good buddy Jane told me you might drop by. And honestly, I've been chomping at the proverbial bit to meet you, old feller me lad. I'm sure Janie showed you a good time. She is a stand-up host and a top-notch friendo. An absolute wonder wench and no doubt about it. Okay. But gosh, I've been so gung-ho to show a brand new personage around the old digs. Okay. Get it? I live in a ruined temple, so it's literally digs! His face. Oh, we role-playing. Nudges you with a meaningful elbow and gives you a hearty raising of the brows. Okay, alright. Did he just say that out loud? He did. Well, here you are, ready to be shown around the ruined temple. Where to first? Oh, haha, let's not actually go there. You know, I'm no stranger to danger, but there's nothing like a man's familiar four walls to give him a feeling of peace and quietude. We'd better hide out for a bit, just a tactical withdrawal whilst my robo buddy and the usual monster menagerie are out and about. No is correct. Right, the monsters. You can't help but notice that this is the same island where Jade lived, but instead of one big white creature custodian like Beck, Jake has lots. Trying to be culturally sensitive, you tell him it must have been nice to have such a big family. Jake looks perplexed. I reckon it must be nice. I can't say I've ever had one though. If family is what you're looking for, you couldn't have picked a worse place to mount your search. There's about as much familial spirit in my locale as cows in a cornfield. Which is to say there's simply none to be seen. Oh shit, you misinterpreted things. So Jake really just lives here alone? That must be hard. And you can guarantee that sometimes he eats soup. Here's what I'm saying. I'll say, as another of my friends could tell you, there's nothing worse than being a teen stranded alone in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Ah! I just like launched my phone onto the ground. Hold on. I'm pushing it farther away. I got it. He goes out into the jungle, sets up a fire, and just makes some soup, is what I'm saying. My grandma used to live here with me, but she died long ago. A lot. Did you see it? Did you sense it? A lot. You think of your friend John, or rather his corpse, standing ceremonially in Jane's living room. Same house, similar kids, same island, mysteriously dead grandma. It's not hard to put two and two together and come up with your dead friend Jade. It's a gut punch, even though the inexorable passage of time means that, of course, you could zap to the future and visit time periods where all your friends are dead, if you wanted. You guess that's kind of what you did and your old friend did to your old friends by skipping forward so many years in Alternia. Wow, you're kind of starting to hyperventilate about this. Uh-oh. You focus hard on Jake, trying to pull yourself together. Luckily, he doesn't seem to have noticed anything is wrong with you. Jake seems like the kind of person who doesn't have room in his head to talk and notice other people at the same time. Correct. But I try not to complain. After all, things could be worse. I've had all the cans a boy could ever want to cookalize. And I bet some of those cans are soup! I get to romp in the pumpkin patch to my heart's delight. I mean, but it's true though. All I need for you to say is that soup can be a meal. I'm not saying there doesn't exist side soup. Sometimes soup is not a meal, but sometimes soup is a meal, is all I'm saying. Okay. Plus, this island is the perfect setting for one of the coolest things in the world. That's right, adventure! The thrill of discovery, the frenzy of battle. The most fulfilling diversion of them all. Why, no boy of a sound disposition could feel sad about his perpetual isolation and the deadness attribute of his family members when the whole dark and teeming jungle is available for his dauntless exploration. Is that really what he thinks? You can't help but remember about 30 seconds ago when Jake said he didn't want to go out to the ruins. You're no problem, Sleuth. But Jake's room looks pretty lived in, not to mention the quantity of movie consumption suggested by his decor. You're about to respond when there is a horrendous clatter from down below. Jake freezes, a small animal caught in headlights. You suspect the headlights are of the red anime glasses variety. Oh, fuck buttons. The Metal Maverick makes his return. Listen, you look like a rum customer with primo getaway sticks. Fleeing is probably our best option here. You don't get it. The last guy you knew who made a habit of consorting with BattleBots always bested them handily. Why would Jake make something he couldn't be? Okay, alright. I will... One tiny thing in Dirk's defense. Jake is the one who told him to put the robot on the hardest difficulty. Like, that was Jake's idea. Whoa, jumpin' Jehoshaphat, I'm touched by your high opinion of my robotics know-how. No, I didn't make the robot, my best buddy did. He's a genuine whiz with tech of all kinds, a real thoughtful guy, even though sometimes I wish he would apply some of that big brain box to helping me out just a touch more. Shut up! I hate you. He couldn't be here himself because of the physical limitations of time and space, so he sent the robot to train me. It's really nice of you to think about it. Wait, it's really nice if you think about it. I mean, at first I thought it was somewhat overbearing and unnecessary, but after Dirk explained it to me, I got that it was just his way of being nice. This best friend sounds... Like I said, it was Jake's idea to make the robot so powerful, though. Literally, Dirk was like, maybe not this difficulty, and Jake was like, no, this is good. This is a lie. Hold on. Hello? So like I have been drinking a giant can of Red Bull today, but this literally at the bottom says vitalizes body and mind. Hello? Not everyone is as lucky as me to have 3 stalwart compadres to brighten their day when they live alone on a murder island. When you think about it, I'm just about the luckiest gent who ever was stranded in the Pacific with a passel of ferocious monsters and a killer robot. You guess someone could say that? If that someone was Jake. Another harsh sound from below reminds you of the urgency of the situation. You could easily teleport the two of you out of here, but, well, the creepy biotech chittering noise of drones still echoes in your memories. You've had some bad experiences trying to escape a killer robot with his eyes set on a friend. Escape via teleportation seems like a temporary solution at best. Sooner or later, Jake's probably going to have to face the robot. Is there some way the two of you, acting together, can take it down? It's alright. It's alright. What game? It's okay. We don't need to get this uranium at any point. You don't understand. It learns from your actions. Anytime I've started to get the jump on that dad-burned chrome-ass sucker, it just turned around and given itself a thorough school feeding on the topic of kicking my sweet bippy. We don't need that uranium, it's okay. If we fight it together, it'll just learn how to fight two people. And then when you leave me all by my lonesome, I'll be up shit creek with nary a paddle to be found. It's like that robot in The Incredibles. Okay. Oh! Except instead of being an absolutely fantastic work of cinematic art, it's my real life. Jeezum creasum. Jake's friend is among the worst gift givers you've ever seen. There's just one thing we can do if a hasty retreat isn't what tickles your biscuit. If we can find a way to turn on novice mode, it'll be easier to deal with. I usually don't do it, but I'd hate to subject a guest to the violent vicissitudes I can read. I know. I'm sorry that I can't read. I don't know what to say. Because that's what you're talking about when you say me. Obviously, and nothing else. The violent vicissitudes of a robotic rascal. I just can't remember how it's done. Oh, okay. So at least this friend included an easy mode. You were starting to think this guy was one of those gamers who thought easy modes cheapened the experience. But if you design the thing with a novice mode, maybe he can remind Jake how to trigger it. Oh, don't make us talk. We ain't gonna talk. Please do not make Dirk say words. I had two more routes. Don't do this. No, don't look at me like that. Dirk doesn't say words today. Don't you ooh-woo at me! Please. What did I do? Well, I have to admit, you've really put your achromatic digit right on the crux of the matter there, amigo. Strider's a bang-up bro, and I won't utter a word against him, but he doesn't really like to offer help. I imagine to help. Between the way he talks and this quirk, please. I imagine he'll think it's my fault for forgetting in the first place, and he probably won't want to give me the answer because then I won't learn the lesson that I shouldn't be so forgetful. Wow. Okay. You're starting to form some tentative opinions about this Strider guy. That said, buddy-o, I think you've stumbled onto quite the slick solution to our woes. I can't breathe. Red Bull, what happened to vitalizing my body and mind? There's no shame in a brave adventurer asking for help when he's well and truly fucked. Maybe we can find someone willing to offer us their casa as a temporary abode? Oh, just like leave this island? I mean, we should be able to do that. Oh sure, you can do that. Maybe Jake would message Jane? Although, now that you think about it, given how Jane talked about Jake when you were there, it seems cruel to spring something like this on her with so little lead time to prepare herself. You don't want to fluster her too badly. You quickly backpedal, telling Jake that Jane seemed too busy when you were there last. Is there anyone else? Say Roxy. Please say Roxy. Please say Roxy. I want to see Roxy so bad. Please say Roxy. Please. Please say Roxy. Well, Roxy's probably zazzled by now. Zazzled? Honestly? Aridin too! Honestly, let's just go to Aridin's. That's better. That's better than what I believe is about to be said. You know, pie-eyed, on a toot, tying one on, deep in the giggle water, 3 sheets to the cold nor'easter. Oh, wait, she's drunk? And Bingo was his name-o. So, this is a common thing, and she's Jake's age? You don't want to make any assumptions, but that sounds, well, concerning. And also, familiar? You remember what feels like a long time ago now, helping a girl symbolically trash her mother's liquor collection. Of course, alcoholism isn't that rare, but still, you're starting to feel like there's something strange about all these convergent circumstances. Anyway, is Jake sure his friend is okay? Oh no, it's nothing like that. Roxy's just a fun and wacky gal, haha. Sure, she dabbles in the devil's drink, but she always seems to be having such a good time. I wouldn't want to make any unfair assumptions about it. Somehow this fails to make you feel better. I guess asking Strider for help is our only option. Is it? Is it? But is it though? Are you sure? Say psych. Ugh, I just know he's going to be a complete pain in the keister about it. I'll have to butter him up like a morning muffin. Are you any good at manners of persuasion? Yikes. Me. Honestly, I'm MSPA reader kid, if anything. You want to understand where this kid is coming from, but you're reaching your limits here. Is that really all the friendships Jake has? If so, that is bleak. There's certainly some kind of feelings-based train wreck on the horizon for him and Jane. His friend Roxy is obviously having a crisis that Jake pretends not to see. And this friendship with Strider has more red flags than the People's Republic of China. All of those things were correct. Is this what Jake is willing to put up with just for companionship? He just pretends he doesn't see the huge issues in his friendships to keep the peace? Is this what it looks like when someone is so indiscriminately hungry for affection that they're willing to go along with anything to get it? I don't know, Zebra. I don't know, Zebra? Hey, do we all remember Zebra? It's close. But they're high on that friendship juice that they got from Doc Scratch. Again, somehow. Like, you've had about enough. You tell Jake you can't stand this anymore. This life he has is not good, not even close. He lost his family and he's scared to leave his house. His only company in real life is a robot that's programmed to hurt him, and he thinks it was a gift. He seems unwilling to face the glaring flaws in his closest relationships. And all... Gamzee. Zebra. Our very first friend, Ardata? Hey, remember Ardata? You shush. I know Aridin counts, okay? Aridin counts. Briscoe did nothing wrong. We established that. Hold on. I'm mad we all just attack each other's problematic faves. Wait a minute. We're literally standing in a triangle pointing guns at each other. We established in this game that Vriska did nothing wrong. And all of this might be hard and sad, but it can't be helping Jake to be so deep in denial about it. He can't just cover all this up with cavalier optimism. There is no way that's the best way for him to live. Tavros, whose quality of life we improved so much. I still love that. We made him a good house. Anyway. Okay, but like, I don't need to point out that most, like, once again, 99% of the things Vriska did wrong, it was because she was coerced by who? Doc Scratch. And who was in Doc Scratch? Dirk. It's all Dirk's fault, actually. You understand it must be scary when there seems to be structural flaws in every one of Jake's support pillars, but addressing them is the only way anything can get better. Because this, hiding out in his room all alone and just pretending he has the support he needs, is not sustainable. You don't say this part, but if he keeps going along with what other people want him to be, you're scared for what's going to happen to him as he grows up. That can't lead anywhere good. Can you see me remembering the epilogues right now? Can you see it happening? Look, what I'm saying is, the things that she did wrong during make her pay cycle was because of Doc Scratch, and he groomed her. Now later on, she made, like on the Meteor, she made bad decisions herself, but she was groomed that way by Doc Scratch, and Vriska had grown past that. But like, what I'm saying is Doc Scratch's fault that Vriska was like that. She would have been like that because she's Vriska. She would have been like that, but I don't think she didn't want, here we go again. She didn't want to hurt Tavros. It took Doc Scratch months of convincing her. Like, we only saw the one time, but they said it. It took Doc Scratch months to convince her to do that. And he specifically distracted Terezi and Aradia so that they couldn't be there as a support system, because he literally isolated her from them so that she would make Tavros jump, because he knew that if they were there, she wouldn't have done it. She was literally groomed into being that way, is what I'm saying. Look! We all... Why'd you... Y'all brought up Vriska, not me. You know. You already know. And if the MSPA forums taught us anything, is that we can't start talking about Vriska without it becoming... If we start talking about Vriska, this happens. After your rant, Jake stares at you, aghast. You start to feel bad. Yes, he probably needed to hear those things, but you could have guided him more gently. You're usually an expert at encouraging people slowly towards emotional growth, but this kid really got under your skin. But then Jake's face crumples. You're absolutely right. Oh, I am lying to myself. I manicure the image of myself as some brave adventurer, but I don't go out to the ruins unless I have to. And I suppose on some level I have suspected that things with Jane and Roxy and Dirk weren't exactly Jake. Wait, what? Mood? Is it? I hate this. Oh, it's like a word that means good. It's just plain English. Jake English. Anyway. I guess I didn't realize how serious it was or how much I was really ignoring. Gee fucking willikers, it's not easy to hear that all this came across loud and clear to a complete stranger. That really makes me feel low. But I guess for a truly brave gentleman, the only thing to do is to try to do better from here on out. It's scary, but I do want to be the kind of person who is honest and forthright. A real hero. If I'm not doing that, then I need to figure out how to do that. Holy smokes, you've really opened my eyes, mystery friend. You've really got a knack for spotting problems. Do you think you could stick around and help me do better? It's like asking the sun if it minds shining. Helping people confront their buried issues and come out of it changed for the better? Why, that's the very thing you've desperately latched on to, giving your life some kind of purpose. But something about this feels off. Was your rant really all it took to turn things around for Jake? Did you really just fix him? It doesn't seem right. Definitely not good pacing anyway. You're not wrong. Jake is looking at you with big green puppy eyes. You have to make a choice. Okay, let's agree to hell. Of course you're going to help. Jake asked, didn't he? I want that to be obliterated. You think through your old bag of friendship tricks. Encouraging him to talk to people about his feelings? It'd probably be good, but it's a little complex. He has 3 different relationships with these kids, all with their own set of problems. And you're not convinced that Jake is really up for confrontation yet. Your best bet is probably forging unlikely connections through your powers of teleportation and friend matchmaking. You think probably of the time you introduced Daria to Tizias, someone who struggled with the questions Daria was facing, but found a more constructive solution. That's what you need, not someone similar to Jake, but a good foil, someone who will be able to call Jake on his avoidance. You need the ultimate pull-no-puncher, an expert in tough love. You need Briscoe Circuit. You asked Jake if you might take the initiative to introduce him to another one of your friends. Someone who has the kind of take no bullshit approach that he needs to cultivate. Someone who can really help. Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. That's an adorable sprite. Lead on, buckaroo. You clap your hand materially on his shoulder. I can read. And zap on over to Vriska. Okay, but Vriska didn't have the power to murder. Like, she couldn't murder Spider Mom. So. Karma. Jake is suffering because of you. You expect her to be in her hive, but when your field of vision clears, you're at the beach again. You've appeared a diplomatic distance away, not right up in her face. Vriska is walking down the beach, hands in her pockets, occasionally aiming a disaffected kick at a piece of trash. Who wrote this one? Hold on, who wrote this one? You. You. Yup. Whoop. Whoop. There she is. Vriska. You call out to her and wave her over. Her face splits into a grin at the sight of you. It gives you a warm glow, like you've befriended someone's mean cat who never gets along with visitors. Maybe more like someone's mean mountain lion. Hey there. Hi, Vriska. What is she doing on this beach? I came here looking for my stupid fish friends. Terezi and I need an explosive device for a thing, and as much as I hate to admit it, Ampora isn't bad at making them. But he's not even here. I can't even find him the one time I ever want to see him ever. Figures. It's my so-called friends leaving me to do all the work again. This is the kind of self-starter energy that Jake could really learn from. Food. Speaking of, you start to introduce your friends to each other, but when you turn to Jake, he's frozen, his face caught in an expression of shock and wonder. Yeah, you didn't mention that she was an alien, you realize that, right? Maybe you should have mentioned your friend was an alien? You keep forgetting to mention things like that. As you look at him, Jake rallies. Snapping to such a ramrod posture you half expect him to salute. He opens his mouth to speak, then shuts it. He did really... Oh, Arania too! Uh-oh. Hacks my account. This is the lost episode. Oh, I'm just so you know, I'm real lazy. I have all my other Homestuck videos downloaded. I'm gonna upload them to YouTube eventually. I got the idea, I think, like right after I did the Dave one. So I think the Dave one is on the YouTube, but that's the only one that's on the YouTube. But I have them all downloaded. I'll do something with them eventually. You can talk to her, you prompt. It's okay. Yes. Oh, Vriska immediately murders him because he talks like that. Righto! Right there, she just kills him on the spot. Holy smokes, I'm ruffled as a baby's bonnet to meet you, Miss Vriska. I'm poised and trembling on the lip of your pit of knowledge, just ready to fall into the expectant abyss. I'm happy to learn whatever you can teach me. Although I must say, when my pal here intimated that they had a friend who could help, I didn't expect you to be of such a blue and spidery persuasion. Of course. Why would anyone be anything else when they could be blue and spidery? Haha, you have a solid point there, my extraterrestrial associate. I hope you'll pardon my candor, but a real gentleman doesn't hide from the truth. You may be the coolest girl I've ever seen in my entire life. Clear his throat, nervous. Jake. Clear his throat, nervously hoping he didn't overstep. Okay, alright. Well, I can't say I'm surprised to hear it. Feel free to keep listing things that are awesome about me. You know, like, yeah? Yeah. Despite his professed admiration for Vriska, however, Jake isn't listening. You said if he says Nia, not if I say Nia. Hang on, wait, technically the only other girl I've seen was my grandma, but you know what I mean. It's kind of disrespectful to refer to one's own grandmother as a girl, so I didn't mean her. Ah, gosh, I seem to be rambling. While I hope this is a radiant exemplar of the kind of being true to myself, I hope to cultivate as a regular habit from here on out. I think I can be very brave to just keep being yourself. Wait, I think it can be very brave to just keep being yourself even when things feel awkward. Don't you think so? Oh, wow. There are so many things wrong with that. I don't even know where to start. Oh, doggone it. Really? This is why I need your help, Miss Vriska. I didn't see anything wrong with any of that at all. Here I am going around thinking what I'm saying to everyone is tickety-boo, and it turns out it's all been a load of cattywampus fiddle-faddle. Oh man, this is the nicest present anyone's ever gotten me. She's addressing you now, ignoring Jake's question. A predatory shark smile spans her pointy face. You must have known things were getting bad with Tavros, in a different way than usual, I mean. Why did we bring him to Vriska? He just kind of stopped responding in the same way he did before, and not even because of his fakey fraud confidence. He just says no good can come of talking to me. So you brought me a new nerdy loser. This rules. Well, that wasn't exactly what you expected. Although now that you think about it, why didn't you expect this? Pretty much anyone could have seen this coming. Hey. Except Jake, of course. I may have my little quirks and quibbles, but that doesn't mean I'm a loser. If you weren't a lady, I dare say such slanderous language would earn you a one-way ticket to Fisticuffs Island. Jake gets murdered by Vriska. Which, now that I think about it, is more or less an appropriate moniker for my permanent residence. How do you like them, Granny Smith apples? This is hilarious. I've never met anyone who makes me feel so good about myself. I'm so lucky to be cool. Excuse me, but I haven't heard hide nor hair of an apology yet, Miss Rude Alien Girl. At least Jake is standing up for himself, but you get the feeling that this enthusiastic bravado wouldn't hold up if the issue was an interpersonal one with his friends. Either way, Vriska is not backing down. She sizes Jake up, stepping forward to intimidate him. Do you really want to fight? Because I get the feeling you're whatever your planet's equivalent of gullible is. Cullbait. That's his Cullbait. I know how to read. Don't give me new rare pairs. Don't do that. You might have literally just given me a new rare pair, just so you know. Yeah, call bait. I'm really thinking about Jake Vriska now. Like, you did this. You did this. No, but like, you did this. You said it. You said it. And now I'm thinking about it. I may not know what that means, but I've never once backed down from a scrum, and I'm not about to start it now, chum. Whoa, whoa, no. You are not going to let two of your best friends, a category that includes all of your friends, throw down right in front of you. Especially not after Vriska compared Jake to Tavros. Doesn't she remember the consequences of fighting Tavros? Doesn't she want things to go differently here? Wait. What's that supposed to mean? Oh no, you didn't mean any offense. You know Vriska has been through a lot, and her past mistakes should be viewed with that context. But you know Vriska didn't mean to hurt Tavros as much as she did. right? Vriska is no longer having fun. She's turned to you now, her mouth set in a line, fists clenching at her side. You remember how magical it seemed to have earned her friendship, and how easily Vriska can lash out when she thinks her friends have turned on her. You think you know what went down between me and Tavros? Tavros was almost as pathetic as this guy. I was trying to help him get stronger. But every time I did, he just folded like a loser. He barely even tried to fight back. He was too scared and wimpy. And everyone always gets mad at me for pushing him, but that's what our planet was going to do to him. You can stop. You stop. You stop. Desist. If he doesn't get stronger, he'll die. I'm trying to protect him from danger now. Trying to protect him from danger now is just letting that happen later. You will not finish that statement. You will not type out an I. You will stop. You will not add any additional letters. You will not press enter. You will not put this into my chat. I would even say I'm the only one who's ever really cared about him. At least I tried to help him shape up. You almost forgot Jake is here. But at this, he makes an indignant noise, and you turn to see that his anger and distress has ratcheted up several notches. It's a no from me, dog. That ain't it. And you can stop what you're typing right now, Charisse. You can stop. Why must y'all keep making me think about the epilogues? Well, pardon me, Spider Smurfette, but it doesn't sound like you were much of a friend at all. Oh god. You nudge Jake, trying to let him know that Vriska can be a little scary and it might not be best to push her on this, but Jake isn't listening. No matter how much you might think you're doing this fellow a favor from what you've said, he was really scared and sad. And I'm sorry that but that doesn't make someone stronger. It just makes them scared. Even if you think it's good for him, or even if he said it was what he wanted. Like maybe when he was talking about having a fighting partner, what he really wanted was companionship due to being alone all the time. And to be totally candid, it's hard to believe you didn't know that. Which means it really is more about what you want than what's best for him, even though you keep saying it's what's best for him, which makes it really hard to argue. Jake. Hey, Jake? Jake? Anyway, if you ask me, you're a rotten friend, and I don't think I want you to be one of mine after all. Before Vriska can respond and almost inevitably make things worse, you cut her off. Enough is enough. You tell her you're sorry for making assumptions. You know that she was doing the best she could with the raw deal she was given in this culture. You offer her a quick thank you for this hellish social interaction and ask for some time alone with your insipid friend here. Vriska still looks annoyed, and there's a moment where you're scared she won't let it go. But she does, stepping back and rearranging her facial expression to apathy. You guess pushing it would mean admitting she cares about your opinion of her. Whatever. Talk to you later, nerds. After she leaves, you put a comforting hand on Jake's shoulder. That got pretty raw, huh? It kinda seemed like in the end there, he wasn't talking about Vriska at all. Someone else he wanted to say all that stuff to? this close to, no, I'm not. I was about to say this close to writing Jake Vriska fic. No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Huh? No, this had nothing to do with me. It wasn't about some weird... Wait. No, this had nothing to do with me. It was about some weird alien situation. You gently suggest that this might be one of those situations the two of you were talking about earlier, where Jake is suppressing the truth because it's inconvenient to acknowledge. Doesn't it bear some slight resemblance to a situation in his own friend group? Jake averts his gaze, clearly uncomfortable. No way, all my friends are best in show. And if what you're implying was true, it's different when it's your friends. A man can't get by without his bros, so sometimes he has to make allowances. Certain, let's say, eccentricities are just what you have to put up with when your best friends are involved. No, they're not. You're allowed to hold your friends accountable. This is a weapons-grade interpersonal truth you're spouting, but Jake doesn't look enlightened. Instead, he's growing wet. I can read, I can say words, I can enunciate things. He's glowing red in the face with indignance. What would you know about it anyway? Not to be rude, but this is a very personal situation between a fella and his buddies. Just fellas being buddies. I don't think I appreciate what you're implying. You don't want to get frustrated, but Jake did ask for your help. The two of you came here because you were going to face up to the hard truths about Jake's life. Doesn't Jake want to do that? Well, of course I do. I'm ready to take a hard look at the old I'm ready to take a hard look in the old rum peeper, and don't you doubt it. It's just when it comes to my friends, I didn't think you were saying any of them were bad. I thought you were encouraging me to take things into a more forthright direction because, well... tugs at collar nervously. Because of their feelings towards me. Gosh, it sounds stupid when I say it like that. I hope you know I'm not some kind of pompous braggadocio making myself out to be some slick Casanova type. Oh, thank you for the host. I really appreciate it, Jermaine. But what? I'm probably just making it up. I'm the kind of guy who gets confused easily, especially with the number of concussions I've sustained over the years. A real beef-witted bozo, that's me. But more than once I've gotten an inkling that some of my friends might be giving me the old eagle eye, flirting up the courting maneuvers, if you get my drift. I mean... So when you said things weren't right between me and my friends, that's the sort of where I thought the personal change train was heading. Hi, see? Actually, this game isn't a dating sim. It's a friend sim. Which is the exact same thing, only you're making friends with the characters. I don't know if you've ever heard of Homestuck, but this is a Homestuck game. And really, you're not... Well, especially at this point, this game really expects you to have read all of Homestuck and all of the epilogues and to have played Hive Swap and Hive Swap Friend Sim. And now this one's called Pesterquest, but it's also a friend sim. I mean, he is. An impression only further... Oh yeah, and Homestuck too! Speaking of, Sharice, aren't you supposed to be reading it? Are you reading it? Are you reading it? Are you caught up? An impression only further bolstered when you proceeded to introduce me to your blue arachnid themed friend. I figured you remembered my sapphire sirens from my room? Jake. You know, Natiri and all that. It was a sweet gesture, although just so you're aware, she's a little too young for me to take that kind of interest. Oh yeah, she's like 13. I appreciate the thought, though. Just some constructive criticism for next time. I'm sorry. Look. Look. You have to catch up, though, because things are getting wild, actually. Have you seen Terezi? Hold on. Have you seen Terezi, though? But have you seen Terezi? That's so important. Have you seen what Terezi looks like now? And have you seen Rosebud? Also, I'm sorry if you're still here, Jermaine. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming normal things. I'm going to get back to it, I swear. Like I said earlier, if I don't stream, I'm gonna try and stream Friday. But if I don't stream Monday, everybody is allowed to yell at me. I appreciate the thought, though. Just some constructive criticism for next time. Now, you're tempted yourself to say allow some kind of goofy RP action indicating your embarrassment. You don't, though, because it sounds stupid when Jake does that. Geez, this is a mess. This kid has issues on issues, and when you think you put your finger on one, it slides away to reveal 3 more. You're playing personal growth whack-a-mole over here. But you gamely draw yourself up and plunged onward, determined. Cool. Honestly, if you are interested in this, I suggest reading Homestuck, but it's a real long webcomic. Hold on a second. Actually, I'll be right back. Reformed Homestuck who's here watching this. The program froze when I tried to change. Okay, now I'll be right back. My boyfriend is here.
Hello, how's it going, guys?
Say congratulations, he is the award-winning cinematographer now.
I headbutt.
Yeah. Hey, you stop that.
I attack. Hi, how's it going? It's good to see ya. Well, kind of. I guess I'm seeing your text.
We introduced Jake to Vriska because that was the smartest thing to do. That's exactly what he needed, was to talk to Vriska.
I go away.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Mm-hmm. But you gamely draw yourself up and plunge onward, determined. No, wait, hold on. Let's go back to Reformed Homestuck, who's... Oh! He told me the soup is a meal before. I mean, I'll have him come say it to you later. He left, but he has said the soup is a meal. I think you did ask him last time I streamed. Wait, I should check. He's like, I probably turn this music up a little. No, reformed Homestuck. Okay. Yet you're here every time there's a Homestuck stream. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, you tell Jake, so if that's what he thought you were going to talk about, let's talk about it. How does it make him feel, thinking his friends are all attracted to him? What does he plan to do about it? But he's not wrong, because I forgot about this into my reread, but so Roxy too! Roxy too, she just accepted that, well, actually I can turn it back down a little. She just accepted that her, like, she was like, but if both of them are into him, I'm just gonna pretend I'm not. Shut up! You shush. Oh, you know, I think I'm all, wait. Oh, you know, I think all that malarkey will work itself out over time. Once again, thinking about the epilogues, even though I would rather not. I figure I'll wait until someone brings it up and then just go along with what they think we should do. Really? That's his strategy? It seems remarkably lackadaisical, and it gives you the sinking feeling again about what's in store for future Jake. Does he actually return any of those feelings? Stop me. Please stop making me think about the epilogues. Sure I do. My friends are the cat's pajamas. I don't mind saying I really love them. Right, of course. But is there any one of them he feels differently about? What would he say if, for example, Jane asked him out? literally just flashback upon flashback from the epilogues. Like, nothing good happened for Jake there. Absolutely nothing good happened for Jake in the epilogues at any timeline at all. Not even a little bit. I'd say yes, of course. How could I say no to a top Chiba like Janie? She's smart as a whip with the mug to match. Well. Are you implying that was good for Jake? I'm gonna keep reading. Alright, and what about Roxy? A fellow would have to be daft as a doorknob to turn down Roxy. She's a genius tech hacker spy like in all my favorite movies. And Strider? Are you kidding? Strider's my best bro in the world and a mighty strapping gent if we were getting into it. I can't think of any reason to say no to a proposition like that from my best bud. The way Jake conceives of things is just far enough off from your own viewpoint. You can't help feeling like you're passing by each other without really connecting. For example, he doesn't have to have a reason to say no to a friend asking him out. It just comes down to his feelings. Does he really have strong feelings for any of these people? Like, stronger feelings than he has for Neytiri? Whoa, hey now, that's not really fair. Neytiri is the perfect woman. I mean, yeah. Like, Jake English Arrow, yeah. No, you insist. It is fair. If someone has feelings for him, he should not be with them unless he has stronger feelings for that real flesh and blood person than he does for a poster of Natiri. It's important. He is. You coming back? Hey, is soup a meal?
Yes.
Did you hear it? Come say it again. Is soup a meal? Is soup a meal?
No.
What? You just said yes. You. This is important. Is soup a meal?
Maybe.
Can soup be a meal?
Maybe.
If you make meal quality soup. No! Okay. Alright.
Nani?
Okay. Don't knock down the green screen.
We have to 9.
Anyway. Jake English Arrow. John Egbert Ace. You can't change my mind. Well, huh. If you put it that way. I don't know if I've ever had feelings like that. I don't even know if I'm capable of those kinds of feelings. Like I said. If that's the case, then he needs to be prepared to tell his friends that. It's not like he has to have these conversations now, but someday the feelings his friends have need to be addressed, and he needs to be ready to turn them down. He needs to make these decisions. He can't just wait for things to resolve on their own and deal with the consequences later. Huh. Wow. He doesn't sound nearly as excited about personal growth as he did before. He just sounds dejected. I must say, you've given me a lot to think about. Did we just cause two? Have we caused 2 sexuality crises in this game? That's a good thing, you remind him. He's learning important things. Well, sorry, but a lot of people tell me it's important for me to learn various things. And for sure, sometimes they're right. I've never assumed the image of a chap who knows everything. But you've also been telling me I can stand up for myself sometimes, make my own decisions about what's right instead of letting other people tell me how to live. And I just don't think I agree with you on this. He sneaks a guilty look down at you from under his sad, bowed head. There was no down. Just imagine I didn't say that word. What I mean is, I like making my pals happy. Even if I'm not always sure about if I want the things they want, I can't imagine the consequences could really be that bad. I think that in matters of the heart, I'm fine just going with the flow. Big oof. No offense, but the way you're advocating I go about it seems hard and sad. I don't want to hurt people. I really think it's best if I just sit back and see how things work out. And if someone asks me to do something, I might as well try it. That's just the kind of adventure boy I am. You want to respect Jake's choices, but you can't help the exasperation rising up in you. Sure, he can decide how he wants to conduct his friendships, but the approach he's talking about is really unhealthy. If he wants to do right by his friends, he has to be honest with them and with himself. Otherwise, it's not fair to anyone. I see what you're saying, but if you want my 100% bona fide opinion, I don't think I can do that. I guess we had different ideas about what we were getting into with this. He can do it though. All he has to do is try. Jake is shaking his head. I'm sorry, I know you were really trying to help. I'm sure you're an excellent compadre, just like Spider-Girl said, but this isn't working for me. Maybe you should just take me home now? I can figure out some way to deal with the brobot. He's still well below the average Jake level of energy. You can see you really affected him, but you're far from confident that your intervention is going to make any difference in the long run. Despite his seeming earnestness, you guess Jake wasn't as ready for change as he thought he was. Wait a fucking second. Is this the bad end? A horrible powerlessness threatens to overwhelm you all at once. It makes you furious. This isn't fair. Jake gave you a choice between two options. You chose to help him face his problems. You know that was the right choice. You didn't do anything wrong. You were kind and patient. You talked to him sincerely and pushed him in the right direction. You deserve a good end. You deserve to save him. But you can tell Jake is emotionally closing up. You're willing to bet the conversation the two of you just had was among the most candid of his life, and he isn't ready for another. You want so badly to help him. You know exactly the changes he needs to make, but you can't make those changes for him. He needs to do it himself. And he's just not ready. Maybe he'll never be. You hate this. You hate Jake, and you hate yourself. Making people's lives better is the one thing that's giving your piecemeal existence any meaning, and he's taking this away from you. His stupid inability to face his issues is ruining your life. Oh, MSPA reader. You linger as long as you can, but eventually you have to do it. You gotta take the L. Bad end, you guess? Well, let's not help him. You are about to say yes. Every part of you is straining to say yes and fulfill your life's purpose. Your real life's purpose, not like before, when you were being mind-controlled to pursue friendship on whatever shallow or unsatisfying level was possible. Hey, MSPA reader, do I have news for you about what's been going on this whole game as well? This desire to help, to make your mark in whatever small positive way you can wrangle, is something you figured out for yourself. It matters. But when you're about to open your mouth, you stall. A deep existential hopelessness washes over you, a kind that you thought you were past by now. You know what? Fuck it. Yes, you care, but honestly, you are exhausted. It is so much work coaxing teens through personal revelations, with no reward except the temporary abatement of your deep soul-level feeling of narrative irrelevance. You need a break. Why not give yourself a freebie? You told Jake you don't think he needs your help. It's enough for right now that he's realized there's a problem. There's no need to swallow down all your personal growth pills at once. Jake looks abjectly relieved. If I can shoot straight from the hip, that's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. I think I've done enough already too. Whew, this has been a great talk. I feel like we're really firing on all cylinders friendship-wise. If you were a past version of yourself, that would make you feel really happy. Instead, a sick feeling of guilt is poisoning your guts. You were about to touch on something real there, and you know it was wrong to pull back from it. You're not doing Jake any favors. Still, you give him a weak smile and offer him the best friend-making tool you know. Are there any faraway friends he's interested in connecting with? Please say Roxy. Please say Jane. Please say Roxy and or Jane. Boy howdy, what a proposition. Why I feel like one of those movie characters who's offered near unlimited powers out of nowhere, like Bruce Almighty, ready to lasso the moon and damn the consequences on those pesky tides. There is someone I've had a hankering. Okay. Jade, that's good. There is someone I've had a hankering to meet with for a little tea. I can read. Remember when I regaled you with the tale of my grandma? Oof. You're not sure you're gonna be able to reunite this kid with his dead grandma. That seems like one of those things you wouldn't be allowed to do, despite the supposed limitlessness of your powers. You'd probably be blocked by that weird force, the one that seems to have a power that supersedes zapping anywhere at any time, place, or dimension. You don't like to think about that force too hard. No, my stalwart chum. I've been corresponding in an epistolary, I can read, fashion with a version of my grandma when she was a young girl, my pen pal buddy Jade. I understand if it's asking too much, but I'd love to meet her. She always said we meet someday in some roundabout confusing who's-y what's-it fashion, and I was pleased as a puzzle of possums to hear it. But recently she stopped replying, right in the final run-up to the vaunted finish line. I've been all of Twitter with worry, and I don't mind telling you. Do you think we could take a hop, skip, and a jump over to her lodgings? What a relief. You actually know Jade. You can take him to Jade right now. Jake smiles a big goofy grin at you. You should feel happy. You tell yourself sternly, this is a good thing to do. He said himself that you're fixing a concern of his. But the yawning malaise inside you only grows. You like to think of yourself as an agent of positive change, but here you are again, nothing but a glorified interdimensional taxi service. Whatever, who cares? At least he'll be with someone he loves. You grab Jake's hand and take him to his family. You expect the normal non-event of your zappy powers, but instead there's a sick wrenching feeling, a kind of squeezing like you're not the right shape for wherever you're going. It steals your breath, and then it's gone. Nervously, you open your eyes. Hello? 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 Joey? Joey? What the fuck? Does this have to do with how your powers are changing? Sure, you were distracted and gloomy when you zapped, but you have no idea what just happened. You're not at Jade's house. Wherever you are, it feels deeply wrong. The wrongness jangles through your bones and teeth like the vibrations of a jackhammer. Yeah, Holmes, this is... Hive swap, huh? You're not supposed to be here. You have got to get out of here. You grab Jake with the grimace and zap more carefully. Oh! Ah, there we go. You breathe a sigh of relief, which is sadly cut short as you turn to see Jade shoving the muzzle of a rifle in your face once again. Is this before we met her? Probably. You back up, hands raised. Jade, no, it's just you, her friend. You've already been through all these wacky misunderstanding shenanigans with firearms. I know who it is. I just think you shouldn't be here. What? Don't get me wrong. I appreciate everything you've done for me. You have no idea what it meant to be able to meet my friends in person. But the last time you came here, things got dangerous, and I started to wonder if you have any idea what the consequences are of what you're doing. Okay, there's obviously something she needs to get off her chest, and you want to hear it, but can she put the gun down? You both know she's not actually going to shoot you. Oh, right. I guess the gun was a little over the top, but you startled me and I got really mad. Ever since you left last time, I've been thinking about what you did with me and Dave. Yeah, there's a timeline where y'all are just on Alternia now, I guess. Even though Beck didn't stop you, I don't think he wanted me to be traveling around like that. I know you're a nice person and you don't mean to do anything bad, but I think it's impossible to have powers like yours without being a little corrupted by them. When you mess around in our lives, that can have serious consequences, but you always leave afterward and you don't live out those consequences with us. It was great to meet my friends, but you know what? I would have met them anyway in the game. I can't help thinking it would have been better for things to play out like they were supposed to. So I'm sorry, but I just don't want you interfering in my life anymore. I think it's for the good of everyone if you leave us alone from now on. It hurts to hear, but how could you argue with that? You tell Jade you don't want to do anything that makes her uncomfortable. There's just like one little thing that you maybe already did. You gesture to Jake. He's huddled behind you, clearly having second thoughts about this. Maybe it's the gun, but then again, Jake's pretty comfortable around guns. Probably it's just the fear of Probably it's just fear of the mortifying ordeal of being known. Who the Jade? Who the fuck are you? You watch as he clears his throat and fidgets, his hands twitching at his sides like he's thinking about hanging onto his guns for comfort. I'm your grandson? Jake? That's me. Jade bursts into tears. Aw. She flings herself forward and throws her arms around Jake. Okay, I know I just said I didn't want any interference, but this isn't fair. I can't believe you're here. When they pull apart, Jake's eyes are watery as well. He's taller than Jade, being a few years older, but from the shy way he looks at her, you can tell he still sees her as the authority figure here. You can suddenly see how much Jake must have admired his grandmother. Fine, you're still in a mood, but this is heartwarming as hell. You intentionally tune out the conversation a little as Jade and Jake gush at each other. It just seems really private. They're family after all. You don't have any place in this conversation, which only adds to your frustrated feeling of being help blocked. It's great that this is making Jade and Jake so happy, but it really has nothing to do with you at all. I guess I can't really give you the tour since you grew up in the same place as me, but maybe we can take advantage of this opportunity. We both grew up alone, right? Isn't there anything you've always wanted to do, but you couldn't do it with only one person? Holy hell, Jade, that's a rip snorter of an idea. You've got a splendiferous mind up in that noggin of yours. Aww. It's weirding me out how much you sound like my grandpa. It's making me miss him too, but I'm really happy I get to spend time with you. Me too. As to your question, there is one thing that comes forefront in the old think tank. You know how it is being a kid alone in your room on a godforsaken island in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. You start to entertain all kinds of fancies. Of course. Well, there's this cosplay I've been trying to make work for years. I'm not very good at cosplay, and I haven't had anyone to help me bring my vision to life. Is that the kind of activity you'd be suited for? OMG, I would love that! What's the character? Only the best, bravest archaeologist / adventurer of all time, Lara Croft. Oh wow! So, you want to be a sexy Tomb Raider? I think I'll have to stop picturing you as my grandpa. But I would love to help with that. To be frank, Jade, I don't really think of Miss Croft as sexy. Oh, I know some unmannerly rogues like to comment on the size of her bazoombas, but from where I'm sitting, she's a consummate professional. I just admire her moxie. Oh, oops, sorry. I was just making an assumption based on her outfit, I guess. That was really rude of me. To tell you the truth, I've never seen anything sexy about shorts. I aspire to the freedom Lara's thighs get to experience every day. I think it's a beautiful dream. A man can't wear shorts without wanting everyone to get all randied up about it, you know what I mean? Of course he can. But what about you, my juvenile grandma friend? This can't just be a cosplay party for yours truly alone. Isn't there anyone you've been wanting to inhabit the garments of? Not really, but it would be fun to make a costume for me too. Fursuit time. I could be Mr. Coxcomb. He's one of my favorite manthrotraps. Jade turns to you, her demeanor towards you considerably softened. Hey, I'm sorry I was so mad earlier. Honestly, I was scared of what you were doing. It really shook me up to find myself on an alien planet. It felt like we shouldn't be doing it. But I shouldn't have taken it out on you. I know your powers aren't your fault. Do you want to join us? We can make a costume for you too. New outfit. Oh yes, please do. Jade, this specimen right here has been nothing but a positively fantabulous friend to me all along. Have you? Have you? All you did was tow him along on a little inter-timeline jaunt. You don't feel like you've done Jake much good. Are you even really friends with Jake? Are you just piggybacking off of felicitating his friendship with Jade? It's fine, you guess. Things are going fine. Even well. But it feels unsatisfying. No real nutritional value. You don't feel good about what you've done, but you guess you might as well get a cool costume out of it. You tell Jake and Jade you know exactly who you want to dress like. The three of you set to work together. Why am I... What's this fool's name? I know his name. Don't tell me. I know his name. I know his name. I wasn't gonna remember. It is in fact Marvis. Good end, you guess? That seems about right for Jake and his character arcs. Yep. You threw a rad cosplay party with Jake and Jade. Alright, 2 more routes, guys. Okay, I have to get going because me and Richard are going to a party. So I will... Hi. Yeah. So I will see you guys hopefully Friday, but for sure Monday, or yell at me. Okay. Bye. Is it stopping? Did it stop? It doesn't appear to have stopped.